So it's October and it's time to sort of dive into the details of the harvest and give you a bit of an idea of how things are going to shape up through October. And it's going to be a lovely month, I think. So we're starting in this corner. We've got loads of celery, of course, at this time of year, and chard. It's a perfect time for chard. Got loads of little use now onions and use now garlic, and of course masses and masses of stuff in store. But right now we're not using the stuff that can store. We're just using the stuff that went to seed, just all the messy dregs basically. Get through those so that we've got the high quality stuff in store for late autumn, winter and spring. And beautiful peppers at this time of year, of course, as well. And we're ripening them off plant, a lot of them. So any peppers basically that are like that, just starting to colour, those will ripen up beautifully. Whereas the ones that are solid green with no hint of colour on them, those will probably just have to be used green. But there's loads in here that are just getting a little bit of colour on. And give them a banana for company and a week and they'll be ripe. So of course it's the season for sweet corn. That is our penultimate harvest of sweet corn. Absolutely gorgeous. And we started picking some squash. So this isn't the last of the squash, but it's the start of the winter squashes. These little winter buffy balls, perfect for one. And these are sweet dumpling, absolutely gorgeous. And then these are the trumpettinos. So these are the ones that ideally we'll store for about a month, and everything will be eaten before the end of the year in terms of these trumpettinos. And I've got loads of other stuff that's in store, but I'll save that for another video where we just look specifically at the store. This is just the weekly harvest. So apples, of course, loads of them, and just the odd ones like these, the Brabants. Most of these are still on the tree, but there's the odd one that falls off in the gales, so we're eating those. And then underneath here, chili peppers, salad onions, little trumpettinos that are eaten like a courgette. Obviously we don't store those. And autumn raspberries, absolutely gorgeous. Turnips as well at this time of year, and leeks and potatoes, radishes, pears, of course, loads and loads of pears. And it is the season for red cabbages. That one's split, so we picked it today, but we've got loads that haven't split as well. Joy choy, really lovely. Tatsoi, of course. And these, I'm so happy with these this year. This is the Kailan, really lovely leaves. Absolutely fantastic. Kales, of course, and absolutely stacks of this beautiful red pak choi, although it's purple to my eyes, but gorgeous stuff. And kales, more kales, loads of kales. So a lot of this is baby kale that I'm picking because I've planted high density beds, so I'm getting loads of small tender kale leaves. Absolutely gorgeous. New Zealand spinach, probably only one more pick of that before I clear it out. And then we're on to the true spinach. So I've just picked the first 2 boxes of true spinach. First Brussels sprouts, first colettes. I love colettes, they are my favourite of all of the brassicas. Second favourite are these red Brussels sprout leaves, really lovely. The dregs of the beetroot beds that have been picked to go into store. And so obviously when you're clearing a bed you're going to get a few little bits and pieces, but these are the proper baby beets. So right now hundreds and hundreds of baby beets still in the ground to be picked between now and the end of January, and then we'll move on to the storage beets. Season of grapes, of course, I grow these outside, absolutely lovely. Variety is flame, but it's not quite like the variety flame you get in the supermarkets. It is seedless, but it's slightly softer. But still really lovely. Cooking carrots. We leave these in the ground. There's about 1,000 or so in the ground still. You do get a little bit of damage on some of them when you leave them in the ground, but it's not massive. Certainly not an issue for cooking. This is the penultimate harvest of the cucumbers, and of course now we're starting to clear plants, so we're finding kind of monsters like these kind of hidden away underneath leaves and at the back of pots and things like that. Yeah, little carrots, little cucumbers as well though. And as I say, last harvest of cucumbers next week. Outdoor tomatoes. I'm starting to pick these. They're slightly underripe and just ripening them up with a banana. And picked those 2 days ago and they've ripened up lovely. And same with the polytunnel tomatoes, just a few left over now. And ripening those up off the plants. These gorgeous salad carrots. I'm now on proper salad carrots again, as well as those big cooking carrots. So these are the ones that I planted sort of early July time. Absolutely perfect for salads. Few tomatoes. Penultimate harvest basically of tomatoes. These are the ones we'll have next week. So we won't have very many red ones. But these yellows with the purple necks, super sweet and super healthy. And then the salad bases, so mainly lettuce and mizuna, and then we're adding, of course, loads and loads of goodies to those, you know, radishes, salad onion tops, carrots, grapes, all sorts of stuff, cucumbers. So I am pretty happy with that. I'm just going to go through what's going to happen over the next month. So salads will start to pick up, and quality of salads obviously is so much better in autumn than it is in summer. So it's going to be really nice to have those. We've got absolutely stacks of carrots, so we'll be eating carrots until the carrots we've got in the ground at the moment until April. Then we start with the new season ones in May. As I said, tomatoes are finishing, just one harvest of tomatoes to go. Cucumbers are finishing, just one harvest of cucumbers to go. It is the time of winter squash, so I'm picking all of my winter squash next week. That'll all go into store, and then we won't have squash again until May probably, and that'll be early courgettes in the polytunnel. Peppers, we've got one more big harvest of peppers to do, a mix of ripe and green ones. And then we'll be ripening up for the next 2 weeks or so. So probably by the end of October, we'll be finished with peppers, but we've got loads of peppers in store, mainly frozen and pickled. Of course, now is the season for Asian greens, brassicas, you know, beetroot, all those sorts of spinach, all those sorts of things. So masses and masses of spinach, Brussels sprouts, colettes, all of those sorts of things. Turnips, plenty of turnips, potatoes. We've got loads of potatoes under there. But we've got potatoes, 1 tub a week until April. Leeks, of course, it's the season for leeks, so masses of leeks to come. And loads of spinach. And of course, loads of onions, garlic and stuff like that, shallots and things like that in store. So I just love this time of year because, you know, we're starting to put everything into store. That's so nice, gives you such a nice feeling of security to know that your store is really well stocked. Loads and loads of fresh food in the ground, every square inch is planted. Radicchios coming soon, peas coming soon, late peas, loads and loads of celery, of course, all the way through winter and things like that. So it is going to be a lovely autumn and winter and early spring. So I think that's pretty much it. If you want to know more about the way that I garden, take a look down below. You'll find loads of links to my free ebook, loads more videos, and growing guides and all those sorts of things. My name's Steve. This is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.